Okay. Hi, you guys. Let me just have my camera that way since it looks better on there. Let me make sure, of course, the old routine, make sure we're in the right spot. Yep, I see me. There we go. Just say hi. If you guys are watching the replay after, happy Friday, you guys. It's Friday. Let me get situated. Hey, come on in. And dummy me, I'm going to have messages popping up. That'll be distracting. First tip, if you go live, put your phone on Do Not Disturb. So how cool of your leaders to do this for you guys. A 60-day slay. That is amazing. We're in an incentive period, so you guys can focus and learn and always be learning. I can't stress that enough. So I'm super jealous and excited. Don't mind all the hot mess. Proof that you don't have to be perfect in this business at all, right? I'm always a hot mess. Hey, my girl. All right, so we'll let everyone pop in here. 19 of you. I know this is cutting off my head, but hey, that's okay. Hi, guys. So type in the comments if you guys attended Scentsy Family Reunion virtual, like if that's not my cup of tea, right? So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Jill McCarthy, known to almost everyone as Jilleysue, a nickname I got a little bit after high school, I think. I've been with Scentsy for 11 years this month. Crazy. I started after 4 failures in direct sales. Little bit of background so you know that I'm not just this random hi Wendy, random person popping on here, but I was in a horrible relationship. He was my best friend, but suffered severe, not when I first started dating him, but suffered from severe alcoholism. A process that went on for 15 years. I worked for his company, and so he had a gastric bypass surgery, lost all kinds of weight, but had all kinds of money. And so I feel like that opened the door for him to get attention that he might not have gotten in the past when he lost all this weight and started just going down the wrong path, taking on some very bad habits. I watched my best friend deteriorate over a number of years. Severe alcoholism. I'm talking a case that you'd see probably out of intervention. Very, very bad. It turned from my best friend getting normal days to physically and mentally very abusive. My old dog, sorry, she's 18, trying to get out the door now, of course, right when I start something. This went on for a very long time and I felt trapped. So I started multiple direct sales businesses, but I did it just to keep my mind free of all of the stuff that was going on at home. And at the same time, I worked for him. I was their compliance director and social media strategist for their financial services company. I was lucky enough that social media was just up and coming, and they were like, this is going to take off. We want you to take care of it. And I was like, great, I'm going to get a raise, right? No, you're going to take care of this on top of everything. At the time, I didn't know what a blessing it would be because they got me some of the best trainers in the world. I was able to attach myself to some of the biggest social media gurus that are out there. Went to social media marketing world many years. They paid for training that I don't even know how much money it would be right now. So I decided that with that training, I was going to apply it to my direct sales businesses because coming from that, I couldn't leave the house. And people say, why? Well, every time I left the house to do a home party, chaos broke out. So I found myself staying home and doing this on the side. It's weird. I don't want to say trapped. You always have a choice, right? But I really felt at the time that I couldn't do anything else. So I just stayed home and applied social media to my direct sales business when I joined Scentsy. It was fun. I had a Great Dane, 3 little dachshunds, and I was always afraid that my house was gonna smell. So I was like, this is perfect for me. I hit Shooting Star. In 21 days, I hit certified. I hit Sensational Start level 2, I believe. I promoted to lead in, I think, 5 weeks. And that was a confidence booster. I was like, wow, I can actually do this. Like, his partner came up to me one day. They let me set up a table in my office and I sprayed pumpkin roll. And they said, I don't know what you're doing. He said, I don't know what you're doing this time, but you're on to something. And that just hit me. Everyone loves fragrance, you guys. Guys, girls, senior citizens, babies, college kids, like, we have the world at our fingertips, because it's very rare that you have someone that's like, oh, fragrances are too strong, or oh, I'm highly allergic, or whatever the case may be. Everyone loves fragrance. Fragrance is the number one thing that when people walk into your house, it's the first thing they notice. You could have, you guys have seen the Febreze commercials, right? Where people walk into the house and they have a blindfold on and they say it smells amazing, but they're covered in garbage. So fast forward, I did my Scentsy business. Kevin loves Scentsy. On good days, he would bike through the neighborhood and put Scentsy on doors with me. So it was almost kind of, days that I could have normal days with him, but he would go on long bingers, 2, 3, 4 weeks. And finally, just to kind of show you guys that you have strength to do anything, I remember it was a very bad night and a police officer came to the house and I was in the corner of the hallway because he was having an episode, and she said to me, you think you're saving him by staying here, but you're actually killing him because he thinks nothing's wrong. So I chose to leave at that point, but I stayed in very close contact with him. We didn't really break up. I just left the house because we had dogs and it was a mess. Anyway, 2017, Kevin ended up passing away, 46 years old. And I tell you guys this because when you're watching people online, you think everything's perfect. Like, nobody knew any of that stuff till way later. Jen Audette is my sponsor. She didn't know a lot of it. I kept telling her way down the road, like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I had to strategically figure out every move that I was going to make in order to get out of that situation. And even when I still left, it was phone calls every day. He would show up at my house, all of this stuff. So that's the first thing, you guys, is you have to decide and show up. You have to believe that as you're scrolling through Instagram, as you're scrolling through Facebook, that the pictures and the stories look perfect, but everyone has their crap. Now, first thing I'm going to tell you is if you haven't watched my Instagram training on SFR, please go watch that. This will be the unedited version for all of you guys. And I can't even remember how long Rachel told me to talk, but I feel like I had to say that part that I really wouldn't say on an SFR video, because you guys need to understand that was 8 years of my life hiding all of this, hiding never sleeping, hiding that I was still having a full-time job, going to work, I'll put it out there, bruises on my face, and dealing with all of this stuff, but still running my Scentsy business, still promoting to superstar director, still earning trips. So first thing is you have to decide and show up no matter what you're going through. Because sometimes when you show up and have purpose, it can get you through some of the worst times that you've ever been through, ever. I still have tons of PTSD. I have a lot of issues that I have to work through. Guilt. Sorry, I didn't think I've said this story so much, but you just never expect that stuff to happen, right? So first, I want you guys to know that we all have our crap. Perfect displays and perfect edited pictures. There's always crap behind this video screen, okay? So we're talking about online and how you guys need to show up. Like, you can't let your non-perfect house and your non-perfect life and you comparing yourself to everyone else to stop you from not being online. Because right now we're in a world where online is how you're going to meet people. It's how you're going to get those connections. It's how potentially you could change your business and change your life. But you have to decide right now, today. I I had to decide also where I was going to be. Because I was training in social media, I knew everything. Periscope, YouTube, blogging, editing video, all of the stuff. But I was miserable because I was trying to be in all these different places. For me, in our business, you guys, if you're not loving editing video and you're not consistent with putting stuff on YouTube, then I really think Instagram and Instagram stories and reels and Facebook are the perfect places for you. Oh, you guys are gonna, like, I see your comments, so forgive me if I don't answer everything. I will go back and answer every comment, but it gets to me because I know people are struggling, and I see so many of you just saying, I don't go on social media, or I don't post because I have nothing to offer. I have nothing to give. I have, what am I going to share? Every single one of you do. It's tip number 2. You have to believe you have something to offer. Today, you are going to learn something. Today, right now, right? And that's every day. Every day you should be doing some sort of personal development or training and learning. So there's someone that comes after you that you can inspire and you can teach. The third part is you have to be willing to share. Now, I don't get on Instagram every single day and say, hey, this was my life. This is the special unedited version for you guys. But I felt like I had to start with that because so many of you I don't have the perfect bookcase, and, my husband doesn't support me, or my kids are running around, or there's laundry everywhere. Yeah. That's everybody. Everybody has some messed up family member, or kids that aren't behaving, or laundry piled to here, or not the perfect house, or not the perfect this, or not the perfect that. Listen to my story. I was hiding a lot of stuff and still catapulted my social media. Now, was it being fake? Was it being non-authentic? No. I did, when I did training, tell the story because I do believe it's powerful enough for you guys to believe that we all have adversity. Adversity is coming. If it hasn't hit you, it's coming, because those are the points where you can make a right or a left. It's the point where you're like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. I can't handle it. Or you realize this is to make you stronger. This is to make you better. This is to make you grow. And most importantly, this is to help someone else. Like, I feel like the universe, God, whoever you believe in, throws things at you so that it can try to test you and see what you're going to do with this adversity. Are you going to let it create a victim out of you? Are you going to let it make you fearful? Or are you going to use it as a learning tool, sorry about my dogs, that you can bless someone else with, right? So you have to be willing to share. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. That story is not on my Instagram account, right? It's not on there. I don't know if I've even talked about it in my blog. Like, it's more in trainings like this where I can get personal. But I did suffer, because of all of this, severe adrenal issues, severe thyroid issues. It put a lot of stress on my body. For 3 years, I suffered from breast implant illness and went through 3 years of trying to figure out what was wrong with me and seeing multiple doctors. And I documented that whole thing on Instagram stories. Did I know people would judge me? Yep. Did I know people would say, why in the world would she ever put this on Instagram? Did I know that there would be people that unfollow me? Yep. Did I know that it wouldn't be some people's cup of tea? Yep. So number 4, I'm actually following my exact tips. Judgers and haters can unfollow you. I can't tell you how many people that I've met and that have joined my team or become VIPs because I documented that whole thing, because there's so many women out there I knew that are suffering from illnesses and ailments and hormones and problems, and all of these doctors are saying, there's nothing wrong with you. It's age, right? Less calories in and more calories burned. I had a doctor say that to me. I wouldn't accept that. I never accept when something's wrong with me. I always try to figure out what it is. I don't believe in just like, oh, I don't feel good, go to the doctor. So I've met so many people from documenting all of that where people were like, that's me too. So that's the first thing that you have to realize. Guys, I want you to sit back and make a list today of things that you're experiencing or that you're going through that someone else might be going through too. So you have to think beyond warmers and wax. I'm specifically talking about Instagram because I think it's a great place to do unedited videos and just on the whim things. Today I'm going to a store in Palm Beach and I'm going to document the whole thing, and it's really it's a decor store. So I'm going to document that and put that on here. I love that Instagram can be off the cuff. It can be very like, here's what I'm doing now. And so everything from making your bed to making your cup of coffee to making your protein shake to styling something differently in your living room. The biggest mistake that I see consultants make, and you guys can go to my accounts, my personal Facebook page is public. I don't necessarily friend every person on Facebook because your Facebook page is your house, right? That's your home. And so who you should see in your feed are customers, team, family, and friends. It shouldn't be a place where you just accept everyone because they friend requested you, and it's kind of like your home, right? Would you just leave the door open and let everyone in? No, your home is your place where you invite family members, people that you know, friends, and then people knock on the door. And if they've never sent me a message or I've never talked to them before, I don't want to use up my valuable real estate on my Facebook page or in my Instagram account, seeing thousands of Scentsy consultants, keeping it real, guys, marketing their stuff. That's not what this is about. I follow Scentsy consultants who are genuinely my friends who I've made connections with, or they're posting really good value that I find inspirational or that could help me or that I could use as ideas all day long. So here's your permission. There's even, I think I did a YouTube video on it. You don't have to accept every friend request. You don't have to follow every person that follows you, because what you're saying is I either one, know you, or two, you're posting content that I value. And to be honest with you guys, 95% of all consultants in every company are just posting, buy my stuff, join my team. That is not value at all. If you watch through all my stuff, you will see that it's 95% stuff about me, my wellness, my coffee, my dogs, my pool, whatever. And then I dabble a little bit of Scentsy in there when, like the other day, I got my new stuff from Earning Grow with the Flow, right? So I put that stuff in my showcase, and I showed it off a little bit. But it is not story upon story upon story upon story upon story about Scentsy. It's just not. If you watch Instagram or you watch Facebook, you'll find yourself doing this too. You'll see a bunch of influencers on there, right? And you follow them because they're funny and they're entertaining and you love it. And then all of a sudden they go through this period where it's like, oh, here's a code for this. And oh, here's a code for that. And oh, here's a code for this. And swipe up for that. And swipe up for this. And you're like, wait a minute. I started following you because you were funny and fun and you gave value and I loved this. Same idea. If you are always 95% Scentsy, join my team, buy my stuff, and you're not giving anything about you on Facebook, on Instagram, anywhere, people are not about that. They're not. They want to follow you because they connect with you on some level. And that could be, I'll give you an example. You have to ask yourself, what is your message? So by telling you this beginning story, guys, my message became that I wanted to help women create their cozy. And what I mean by cozy is find a place where they can be like, I could never relax in my home. I always would go on Scentsy trips and say to myself, wow, what is it like to have a husband or boyfriend and there's no drama? There's no calm. Like you can go in another office and say, hey, can you help me with this? Or you didn't have to stay awake all night because you knew when you woke up that they would just disappear. Or the person would disappear for days on end. Like I just wanted to get to a place where I could just breathe and relax and not be in fight or flight mode all the time. And I knew by joining Scentsy and taking it to the next level and seeing what I could accomplish, my message is I wanted to help other women have confidence, believe in themselves, and create their cozy in home, in business, and in being. And that kind of gave me a scope where I could talk about, because I couldn't figure out my message for the longest time. And please don't do this. Hey, Jill or Miss Social Media Trainer, like whoever, help me with my branding. You have got to figure out your own message. You have got to decide what your connectors are. And by connectors, we'll take Rachel's account because I do have my top 5 or 10 people that I follow because they're, they figured out that it's not just about Scentsy and what they can share with other people, whether it's gardening or she shed or their kids or Betty's bedding. Like, you guys follow Rachel, you see, and then a little bit of Scentsy. And if you look at all my pictures strategically, the description in my Instagram account talks about whatever value I'm giving, and you'll see a picture, but then Scentsie's in the distance somewhere. For the most part, 95%, you'll see Scentsy somewhere in a picture. It's almost like, it is strategic, but it's almost like, hey, look at my new money tree plant or whatever, but you'll see Scentsy in the background. You get it? So first things first is get rid of the marketing flyers on all of your accounts, all of them. You won't see a marketing flyer on any of my pages. And by marketing flyer, I wish I would have had one. You guys know is the perfectly, a solid background, and someone grabs the a buddy image and puts it in the picture and says, buddies sale $35, whatever. That's a marketing flyer. Rather than taking a picture of a buddy up there, right, in my house, because that's real. That's showing people how I'm actually using the products in my own home, how they get me excited and how they influence my day-to-day life. That's what's relatable to people. So every time you're posting, and again, we're talking about mostly Facebook and Instagram now, because I'm going to tell you why. Let me backtrack. I feel like I'm bouncing a little bit, but here's the thing. I was in the bathroom getting ready and I was so excited because doing these trainings allowed me to get a little bit more raw and real with home office. I love doing stuff for them, but I feel like it has to be very, point 1, point 2, point 3. Facebook you guys need. Facebook you guys have to have, right? Because you need it for your groups, your teams, all of the stuff. I definitely think that when you're starting a new person out, don't focus on the business page right away. For them to get any traction on their Facebook business page is going to take a while. Get them started in a VIP group. Their VIP group is what they should start. Their VIP group is where they should be private messaging people and telling them about their new adventure and personally inviting them to their VIP group. Why? Here's what you say. I don't want to bog down your feed with everything Scentsy. In my VIP group is where I share sneak peeks and offer happy mail and show you things before anyone else. And it's the place where I can spoil my customers, right? But I wanted to give you a personal invite because I just don't want to drop people in there. Okay, you send them that message. I've never gotten a no when I say that because I don't want to bog down your feed. We see enough stuff for sale on the feed. That's not the place for that. That's a place for connecting with your family and friends. This is my private place where it can be everything Scentsy. Let me know if you want to join. Okay, because there I'm going to offer happy mail and all of the things, samples, all the good stuff, because you can't do personal specials. So you send them that message. They say yes. You put them in there when they're getting started, and that's where you have your launch party. That's where you help your team members have their launch party. Then you turn that launch party group, whatever, into your VIP page. Very simple. And then after, you can start on a business page. You should have a business page. That is your retail shop. That is the place where if people are searching for a Scentsy consultant in your town, Google, the happy little Google will find you. So you need a business page. Should it be both content? And I'm kind of shoving all this stuff in here for you guys. Should it be content in the same places? Most of the time, no. You don't want the same content in the same places on the same platforms because what incentive is that for anyone to follow you on all of those pages, right? So my VIP group is more personal. Like I will literally take a picture of a box arriving, or I will incentivize them to post their own photos when their orders come and throw them into a monthly drawing. It's really important that you post pictures that you don't post anywhere else because you want them seeing what this person did and then they do it and then this person orders and then they do it and posting their pictures and it becomes like a little fragrance gang. That's what you want in your VIP group. Your business page is going to be more valuable stuff. Again, a lot of consultants are throwing marketing flyers on there. The marketing flyers are great. I don't even know. I don't know. You guys, honestly, I can't tell you the last time I used a marketing flyer for anything. Maybe a cover photo. And that's being God honest truth. If you find one, you can point it out to me. I just don't use them. I don't think they're real life, and I don't even like getting spam catalogs in the mail. So what does a marketing flyer do to me? Let me tell you why this is important. Oh, so much to share with you guys. This is important because you're trying to evoke emotion in somebody, and a marketing flyer does not do that. When I see a picture of Willow's room, Rachel's daughter, and she's all cuddled up in her little beddy, and it's like all pink and cute and beautiful, and she's got this adorable little smile sitting on her little poof, that evokes emotion in me. I'm like, she is so freaking cute. I don't even have kids, but I need a beddy for my bed, or the dog's beds. Like, I need a beddy. That evokes emotion in me. If Rachel were just to use a marketing flyer and show Poppy the bear, right? And it's just Poppy the Bear sitting on a solid background, that doesn't evoke emotion in anybody. It doesn't do anything. It just looks like, oh, something's for sale. Does that make sense to everyone? If it doesn't make sense, post in the comment. If it does, and you're like, yeah, that makes total sense. Because I wish I had my catalog or something. If you just have a picture of this on a solid background, right? And it's just this bar. And you're like, oh, it's a bar. I can't smell it. What is it? It's just a Scentsy bar. But if you take a picture of yourself going, this smell, or video, this smells amazing. This reminds me of childhood. This reminds me of peppermint shakes, you know, whatever. Then people get excited. People are like, oh my God, Best in Snow must be so good. Best in Snow must be amazing. It reminds Jill of when she opened the storybook when she was little. It evokes emotion and it gives people a chance to go, that was me when I was a kid. I remember that. I totally get that. Okay, good. So you guys get the part between marketing flyers and that. So many people are like, well, I don't have any pictures to share. I don't have any product. You have your starter kit, man, and you can arrange your starter kit in 50 different ways. Go to IKEA, go to the dollar bin, go to Target, go to the dollar store, buy yourself some little plants, some little stands that are like $1, $3, and take those different warmers and put them in different places. A picture with you holding the warmer, a picture with your dog next to the warmer, a picture with your warmer on the stand, a picture of the warmer off your stand. Evoke emotion. I want you to think, when you're posting something, stop thinking, oh, I posted for the day. And will this evoke emotion in someone? Will someone out there go, oh, I love that look. I have a TV just like that. And that warmer would look so good in there. Oh, that one would look good in my master bedroom. A marketing flyer will not do that. Never. So if you are just posting to post, stop. You know, and my next tip is you can't overthink this. This can't be about you scrolling through Instagram and be like, oh, I don't have a bookcase like Jill. First of all, like when I moved into this house, I had gotten rid of all the furniture and all the stuff that could potentially give me PTSD. I went to IKEA and I'd saved up for these. You can go to freaking Walmart and buy a shelf. Heck, this is what I told my team the other night. You don't have a display? They have those wooden crates at Home Depot or Walmart for $6. You know, those wooden kind of crafting crates. You would get yourself a folding table. You put a black tablecloth on it. You set 4 of those crates up, my friends. There's holes through them so you can plug in your warmers, and you have a perfect display that looks just like this, except you could even paint them white, you guys. There's your display. You could do one of them in a room in your house and keep changing out the warmer and take pictures and have all your pictures on Instagram be in that little crate. Those are like $6. Go buy 2 of them. It's $12. Get yourself a sheet on a table or a coffee table. Boom, you have yourself a display that will literally look just like that. Look, Wendy said I use a 6-foot table in my living room. Absolutely. I can take a picture for you guys after this where I'm out in my living room with a folding table, and that's where I do my samples because I'm too OCD and don't want that stuff in my office. There's a bazillion ways to do this. First of all, if you feel like you can't, ask someone. All of us can give you a million ways that you can make this happen and take pictures. It's that simple. I learned by pressing buttons and there's a YouTube video for everything. How does she get those presets in Instagram? YouTube. How do you do presets on Instagram? That Reels thing is really cool on Instagram. How do you do it? Someone already has a video out for it, you guys. Someone's not going to walk along and drop the social media gift in your lap. You have to be willing to put it out there. Use what you have, exactly what Rachel said. And so the big question, what else do I talk about, right? Everything you post needs to give value. So you have to realize that there's something that you do. First of all, pretend like you're talking to one person. When you figure out who you're talking to, remember how I said before, what is your message? Who are you talking to? Are you talking to the girl that's stuck in a situation that she thinks she can't get out of, and she's always going to be a victim to this person telling her that you'll never amount to anything. You work for me. It's my car, my house, my life. I mean, it didn't help at all that Kevin had millions of dollars. And I will say through all of this, spent every last dime. And when he passed away, he was completely homeless with no money. So sad to watch. But I had let him tear me down so much that Scentsy was my way to pick myself up from the bootstraps and say, no. I don't care if it's selling wax or hot dogs on the side of the street. I'm going to do this. and I was going to release the anger and the hate and the anxiety I had and make sure that my message was a message of love to all of the Scentsy consultants, all of the direct sales people out there that may be in a crappy situation or may just be thinking, I'll never be her. Or some of you are like, I'll start Instagram when I get a shelf like Jill's, or I'll start Instagram when I get that t-shirt, or I'll start Instagram, I'll do this stuff when I get here. No, start today. Start messy. Start like a complete mess. Show people that. Why, you guys? Because it's relatable. It's totally relatable. And people say, if she can do it, I can too. So who are you talking to? Who are you talking to out there? That's what you have to decide. Are you talking to the girl that just has low self-esteem? Then talk to her on Instagram. Say, I was just like you, girlfriend. I was just like you, and I thought these things were pyramid schemes, and I was so uneducated, where this is about community, and I was just like you. So when I'm on Instagram, I'm helping that girl. I'm helping that girl that doesn't believe in herself. I'm helping that girl that thinks that she could never earn an incentive trip. You guys, my very first reunion, I sat there and was like, oh, I'm not going to listen to the reunion part. I'll never earn one of those. I'll never get there. And I was a superstar consultant at my first reunion, 6 months into this. And I went and I still blocked it out. So for all of you that are blocking it out, blocking out Instagram, and you're trying to post and pray, you can't post and pray. You have to post with strategic thinking. Yeah. When people ask me how much work I put into my business, my accounts, how much work do I put in? A lot. There's a lot of buttons I push. I have 30,000 photos on my phone, 30,000, because every minute I have Instagram brain. I take a picture here, I take a picture there, I move things around, I edit them, I make the lighting just perfect for them. So yeah, if you guys are trying to take the easy way out and you're just like, well, I just want to take a picture and throw it up there, well, then that's why you're getting 0 likes and 0 comments, because you're blending in and looking like everybody else. Happens when you don't put do not disturb on. Sorry. You have to take those extra steps. You have to learn this stuff. I mean, Rachel can attest, and some of you others, we take the photo. We take the photo 7 times. Then we upload it to Lightroom, and then I upload it to 4,000 other apps, and then I save it and wait, and then I make sure it looks perfect in my feed. And if it doesn't look perfect, I archive it. There's a lot of steps, but that's why I have almost 14,000 followers, because I take those extra steps. And let me tell you, all of the people that start buying from me, they don't start buying from me because I talk about Scentsy. They start buying from me because I talk about all the other things on my account. I talk about home. I talk about finding deals at different stores. I talk about going to the dollar bin. I talk about, Rachel and our Target Tuesdays, Walmart Wednesdays. Even if you don't even buy anything, you guys, and I know it's a different world right now because we're all wearing masks and we're not going anywhere, go show people what's available to style with their warmers. Go show people how to mix a fragrance. Have Fragrance Fridays. I have Amazon Fridays where everything I buy on Amazon, I show people what I've bought or that I liked and I've repeated. That's one thing about my account is I don't share anything that I don't use and I don't love. Walmart, I could give you a million. Like Instagram Wednesday I have where I drop tips about Instagram on my account. I have 3 little icons on my highlights that say, my breast implant illness, then I have surgery, and then I have complication. So many people message me to find out about my breast implant illness. I know we have to, huh, Rachel? There's all kinds of different things that you can do, but you have to connect with people and show your personality outside of what you sell. Okay? All of those highlights, I wish I could click on them on my account. All of those highlights are my connectors. Okay? So here's some of the connectors to give you guys an idea. I have IG tips because I shared some of that stuff on Wednesday. Then I have Amazon, anything that I can share that I find on Amazon because we're all ordering on Amazon. Then I have a fragrance icon. It doesn't even say Scentsy. So those of you that have broke all of your highlights down into diffusers and wax and all of this, that just looks like a catalog, guys. Get rid of it. It just needs to be your favorite Scentsy products. It doesn't need to be broken down because then your account becomes something that you are it's becoming a place where they go to buy stuff, and you've got to connect with them on your personality. Next thing is, if you're going to be on stories, I know people have different personalities. But if you're like, hey guys, this is my new wax, like, smells good, you can join for $99. Nobody wants to listen to that. They're going to click out. You've got to show your passion. You've got to be excited. You've got to show the ups, the downs, the in-betweens, the bad days, the good days. And I will tell you this, I am not perfect. Yesterday, I had an off day. My brain fog, I still have severe brain fog. And I just didn't want to be on Instagram. You don't have to be every day. Turn the camera around. Show people what you're doing. I don't even remember what I showed yesterday. Oh, my new iPad got lost. And so I showed that we found it, and I showed the new keyboard, and I don't even think I showed my face once. You're going to have those days. Let's go back to the beginning. Everyone has their crap. Everyone's got a messy office. The other night, if you go to my account at Jilleysue, I said, here's what you see on Instagram. And then I turned around and you guys can see all the boxes and all the mail and everything I'm behind on. I'm behind on recognition. I have a list of things to do. I have catalogs still to go out. I'm a hot mess. But that's when you're relatable to other people, because not one single freaking person, I don't care how much money they have, I don't care what house they live in, I don't care how perfect their Instagram account is, has it all together. People are stressed out. People like, oh my God, I have to post. Oh, I have to do this. And then some of these influencers, you guys, when they post pictures, they're working with so many brands that their pictures have to be just right. And they'll take over 250 pictures that have to be approved by the brands they're working on to make sure things are just perfect. Trust me, I know. Some of the other things in my highlights. Again, I feel like your highlights are your connectors. And what I mean by connectors is those highlights on your Instagram account are what people are going to connect with you with. Connect with you by, hey, I can relate to that. That's me. So I have codes for some of the brands that I do use. Vibe, gadgets. We love gadgets. The cleanse that I did for my gallbladder, put that on there. Tons of people were messaging me about my cleanse, my office, stuff I'm eating, my skincare, Target, daily deals that I find, coffee, when I had my brows done. Like, yeah, I looked with a mask and a hot mess, and in the salon I went and documented the whole thing. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be silly and fun and cry and show all. I mean, this sounds weird because some of you are probably like, I will never cry on Instagram. But I'm not saying to like get on there and like vomit all of your issues. But if something hits you in the heart or something you're going through, you can give tidbits of that. You know, if something affects you, the one thing, the couple things that I will say is Instagram stories and social media in general shouldn't be for these long rants. Shouldn't be about, you know, you can make a difference in the world and you can share your opinion on stuff. It can come from a good place. When you start having a tone of anger or angry, or in this business, if there's some haters that have done you wrong, you shouldn't be going on Instagram with this angry mentality that, you know, it's a mean girls club and all of this stuff. Like, that is not what this is about. Your message needs to come from a place that you want to help somebody, that you want to inspire someone, that you want to make someone realize that they're worth it and they have a message and they can do this too. And anytime you've gone through betrayal or hate or any of that stuff, that's to teach you something. So be grateful. Be grateful you had the experience, because if you come out of it from the other side, then you've learned something and you're a better person. While you're posting this, what is the biggest tip to steer people to your pages, or will that just happen organically? So I did say this. You have to be consistent, first of all. You have to show up every single day. When I wake up in the morning, my routine is to post on my group page, to post on my leadership page, to post in my VIP group. My business page, I've been a little slacked, and then to post on Instagram. Okay, so you have to be consistent. I tell my team every single day, quote from Jilleysue, I need to get it on a t-shirt. Your team and your customers will mirror your attitude and your actions. Repeat, your team and your customers will mirror your attitude and your actions. If you're always surrounded by drama and you're spewing drama and you're just negative, your customers and your team, that's why people have drama-filled teams. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, you'll always have that negative Nelly, right? But you have to come from a place of, one, trusting Scentsy, they always have our back, and deciding who fills your cup and surrounding yourself with that and going in that direction. When we changed shipping, when we changed anything with Scentsy, I haven't had one customer ever complain, because my cup is always half full, and I know whatever's thrown at us, we're going to figure it out. Like, we go through this thing where people get so worried about change or something we're doing or an increase in this or an increase in that. We have a great product. Guess what? People are going to pay for it. We pay for shipping on everything, even Amazon, you guys, and our stuff is heavy. So if you come from a place of, it is what it is, we pay shipping. Like, you know, if you don't want to pay shipping, then let's have a $500 party. It's that simple. And so you have to show up on Instagram. You have to show up on Facebook. If you just post one picture and then don't show up, that's what your customers will do. If you're not showing up for your team, that's what your team will do. So you have to show up every single day. You have to make it a priority, because Instagram, to me, is the number one place, if you follow all the tips I've given you, where you'll meet people. Next, for people to find you, here's the big one. Okay. A lot of you get concerned with, what am I going to post today? What am I going to post today? What am I going to post today? Who does that serve? You, right? So you should post every day in your feed, multiple times in your stories. If you're good at TikTok, you can now do Reels. If you've got a longer training that you want to do, you can use Instagram stories. And of course, if you want to do a live like this, you can do Instagram live, same on Facebook. But most importantly, you need to find people that you have things in common with. Are you into fitness? Are you into sewing? Are you into travel? Are you into DIY? Like, I live precariously through Rachel. She does all my little DIY projects, and I say, oh, I want to do that, but I'm not good at it. So I'll just watch Rachel, right? But if those people inspire you, then follow those people. More importantly than just posting is you need to engage with those people. You need to go to people's accounts and comment, start conversations. After a while, the people that you're following will notice that you're there all the time, and they'll go to your account and see what you're all about and what you're doing. So engagement should be 75% of your time and posting 25% of your time. Instead, most of you are posting 75% of the time and doing no engagement at all. You have to do engagement. It's, again, you're not going to post and pray. Hey, I posted today and I used 3 hashtags that everybody uses, so why aren't I getting any engagement? If I go to people's accounts right now, here's the things that I see. A bad bio. Your bio shouldn't be about you. It should tell me why I should stay on your account. Here's my bio. I'm your cozy life BFF, right? In home, business, and being, which is what I told you guys what my message was. A fun mix of decor, home fragrance, and business tips to create your cozy. And then my lead in to get to my blog is my top 50 Instagram story topics. You can literally click on my link, go to my blog, and I give you 50 things that you can talk about on Instagram. So the bio needs to tell people what I'm going to provide people, why they should stay on my account. Not that I'm a doxy lover, not that I love to travel, not that I'm a Scentsy Superstar director. Nobody knows what the heck that is. Potential customers don't know what a director is. They don't know what a star director is. So us putting our title on there means absolutely nothing to people. They don't know. We're in our own little Scentsy bubble. So you guys, tell me on your accounts what I'm going to get. Am I going to get coffee tips for the day? Am I going to get the best places to travel in Dominican? Like, what am I going to get from your account? Because Scentsy should just be a little piece of it, always. I'm sorry, was this supposed to be 10 minutes? I have so much to tell you guys. So your bio needs to be good. You need to be consistent. You need to have a post every single day on your account. You need to have consistent highlights on there. I'm not super active on IGTV or Instagram Live. I do have a couple things on Reels because I wanted to test it out yesterday, but for the most part, I post in stories every day and I post in my feed every single day. Every day. That doesn't mean a lot of those pictures that you see in my feed, you guys, I didn't take that day. They're in my account. I've planned for them. And so I've planned for them, and so I have pictures ready to post at any given moment. I didn't post yesterday, and so I'm going to double post today because, again, I was having my bad day. Bad on me. I shouldn't skip a day ever. So you'll see. And then here's the other thing. After you post each picture, okay, this is what a lot of people do. They post a picture, let's say, of this over here, the glitter warmer, whatever that one is. See, I don't even know. Superstar Director, 11 years. I don't even know all the products. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful, from our loved Becca Levi. You take a picture of this, right? And people will post in the description, this is my favorite warmer. That's great. But because it's your favorite warmer, what's the value for me? So when you're posting pictures, in the description needs to be value for someone else. What does this provide someone else? I want you to make all of your description have the word you in it instead of I. That is a game changer tip right there. I don't even think like I've told my team that one yet. But your descriptions should be a picture. I mean, they don't all have to be. I posted all kinds of leopard stuff the other day, and I said, and I asked a question. I said, I mean, is there ever a point where there's too much cheetah? I mean, not for me. Now someone needs to find me a pair of cheetah Crocs. And so in the comments, people were like, I love cheetah. Cheetah's awesome. I know where you can get Crocs. Like they answered a question. They were talking to me. You guys, it has, I don't even know, 239 likes and 17 comments because I asked a question. I asked them, is there ever a point where it's too much cheetah? That picture actually has no Scentsy in it. My last 4 pictures don't have Scentsy in it. And then my office picture with Scentsy in it has 916 likes and 38 comments. Because people like office pics. They like behind the scenes. You know, you should be taking pictures where the picture's one thing, that the Scentsy is a second point, and then the description is going to teach me something. If you don't provide value, if you don't stick to your message, if you don't go on social media with an arrows out mentality, if you haven't watched Orville's keynote, the arrows out one, go find that as well. What is this post going to do for someone else? What is this going to provide someone else? Not you checking it off your checklist to say, I posted today. You know, I'm not getting any engagement. Here's a key, like my team hates when I say this, but it's real. If you're posting stuff and you're getting 0 engagement, your followers are telling you that they're not liking what you're posting. It's the message. Meaning you posted a picture that doesn't tell anyone anything. You provided value in the description that doesn't ask them any questions or provide them any learning tool. You're posting a marketing flyer, which is spammy. I'm here to tell you, your social media guru girl, like marketing flyers don't work. If you have to use them in your VIP group to show something, then go for it. If you're showing a buy 5, get 1 free pack, if you're showing like the bundles that we do during the holidays, that's fine. They're in your VIP group. And those people in your VIP group want to see more Scentsy. They're not going to judge you on a marketing flyer because they love Scentsy. They've said, I want to be in here. But they are not for your Instagram account. If you have to go to your Instagram account today and clean it up, archive the pictures, don't delete. Because if you've gotten any traction on those photos, if you delete them, it'll pull out from your traction. So you want to keep your traction on there. And then look at your insights. You know, take a look. What time should you be posting? The question I get all the time too is on Instagram, should I have a business or personal account? You should have a business account. You want the business account to track the insights. Now for me, I have a personal account that's private, and that one I just post. That's when we travel. It's, you know, me and Rob going places, and it's all of just my family and friends, because when your account grows, I was losing sight of my customers and my team and my friends. So I wanted a personal account that people could follow, but that's private. And I post a picture there maybe once or twice a month. But my business account is where I'm strategic. Each picture looks a certain way. Each picture's framed a certain way. Each picture's thought out. And if I look at it and it doesn't look quite right, then I archive it. So, okay, 12:47. What questions do you guys have? I didn't even look to see in the post before if you had questions. Let me see, 24 questions, 24 comments. You were just tagging people. Definitely, if you're wanting the basics of the description of everything, go watch my Facebook Instagram training from SFR. If you didn't register from SFR, I think they'll all be available after 30 days, but I'm also, after the 30 days, I am going to post it to my YouTube account. So, I mean, the biggest things, guys, are start today. The only way you're going to learn how to use Instagram, and again, if you're engaging, you're going to meet people, you've got to be vulnerable, you've got to look silly. I've danced around my kitchen, I've woken up and been a hot mess, the dogs have jumped on me. I struggle a lot still with my weight and my thyroid issue, and I'm taking tons of supplements and all of this stuff. So I share that with people. Usually I share my coffee, my protein shakes in the morning. I share when I get an order. I share when I move the living room around. I share when I get new stuff. Question, new product that is released and we don't have yet. How do you sell it? Then here's what a lot of times that I will do. You can use other people's photos, you guys, in your VIP group. okay? If you're going to use someone else's photos that I do not recommend, then you need to give them photo credit. So a way you can do that, let's say you used a photo from Scentsy, or you used a photo from me, or you borrowed a photo from Rachel, right? It's always best to ask if you can use it. Those, I know a lot of us use in our VIP groups, because our VIP groups are private. But if you're actually going to use it on Instagram or your business page, then you need to give photo credit. I usually use the little camera emoji, and I say, photo from Rachel Pence, or photo from Wendy Heath Newgrass, or there's been a couple times where I haven't known where the photos come from, and you need to make the conscious effort not to use it unless you can find the owner. But you can use other people's photos in your VIP group to show things off. I know Scentsy just took like 10 real life photos of the setup at home office, so use those photos. Everyone's using them, and those, in that sense, I don't really think you even need to give photo credit there, because they've shared them and we can all use them. So they just did that, Karina, so you can go borrow those photos. That's of almost all the products. Use them there. And then as you get the pictures, as you get product, then you can start taking your own pictures. But if you're using someone else's, like publicly on your business page or your Instagram account, you need to give photo credit. You can't just take other people's photos. I had a Scentsy consultant, a gentleman, someone sent it to me. I went to his account one day. She thought it was my account, and he had used every picture of mine and my descriptions. Like, that's a no-no. That's copyright issues. Like, I take pride and take every picture a certain way, and I edit it a certain way. So when someone just takes your stuff like that, it's not cool. I spent time learning these apps and learning these programs. All of you can too. Here's the difference between someone who doesn't get on Instagram and doesn't learn the techniques and someone who does. I'm willing to fail. I'm willing to look stupid. I'm willing to look silly. I'm willing for people to judge me. You guys have got to get past that right there. And this goes along with using other people's photos and stuff. You've got to enter that learning curve, knowing that you'll mess up, knowing that someone will be like, who does she think she is? Or people are going to judge you and hate on you anyway. That's what comes with success. That is also what comes with courage, you guys. When I often tell my team is, you often won't get support from your family, or they'll judge you on Instagram or Facebook. And they do that as a protection shield, because they're feeling bad that they didn't have the courage to start something like this, like you. And I don't ever ask my family or my friends to buy Scentsy. They see what I do. I have this mentality where your business is only going to succeed if you realize that you have to reach out beyond family and friends. Your family and your friends, they're an added bonus. And a lot of times I think the mistake we make when we have new people start is we say, start with family and friends, because that's the most comfortable place. I often say, start with Instagram followers and Facebook people and launch your business that way. And then, family and friends should come second. Some of you that may not be comfortable, but I just think that that's where the uncomfortable part comes from, because we don't want to sell to our family and friends. So I have the ones that support me. I have the ones that don't. That's okay. I focus on finding new people. And I'm telling you guys, listen, there's some of my family and my friends are actually not even on my business Instagram account. I actually have probably some of them blocked, and they're only on my personal account. They don't buy from me. I know they're not super supportive. That's fine. I'm probably not supportive of all the things they do either, but it just gives me more, just calms my mind when I don't have to think about who's liking my post and why aren't they supporting me. People don't support things that they wish that they had the courage to do, and people don't support things that they don't know anything about a lot of times. It's going to happen. So Jilleysue is here to tell you, you will have people that don't support you, that don't like all your pictures. If you focus on meeting new people and going that route, the family and friends are a bonus, you guys. That's a plus. And I feel like a lot of times if you don't necessarily say, please family and friends buy from me, and you kind of act like, not that they don't matter, but you don't need them to buy from you, they want to buy from you more. Does anyone agree with me on that? Like, I don't ask them, and I show myself earning these incentive trips and doing all these things. And in doing that, a lot of my family and friends have seen stuff on Instagram and stuff, and then they want to buy more, because it's just a weird thing. I don't know. I mean, that's just me. And a lot of those family and friends have turned around and say, can I be in your VIP group? You love this stuff. And it's taken, here's another thing. Stick with it. You can't be company jumping and doing all those things and only giving this a year. It didn't really start turning around for me till I showed people that I was doing this 4, 5, 6 years, because they needed to see that I was going to stick with it. So I hope that all makes sense to everybody. Recapping, you need to decide and show up today. Show up messy, show up a mess, just be you. Know that you have a message. Share things that you've gone through. Be upbeat, be positive. You'll figure everything out. You'll learn things as you go, but you won't figure anything out if you do nothing. You can be on these trainings all day long, you guys, but if you don't take a step in the right direction and take action, like Heather Gorsuch always says, nothing changes if nothing changes. I hope you guys can still see me because no questions are popping up. Be willing to share. Know that you have judges and haters, and they can unfollow you if they're not going to support you. Think beyond warmers and wax. What is your message? What do you have to offer? And don't say nothing. You all have something to offer. You all have experienced stuff. You've all experienced mom stuff. You all have like the best macaroni and cheese recipe. You all have the best sandwich recipe. You all have something. The best workout, the best whatever. You all have something to offer, but you got to press that button and share it and stop dumbing yourself down like I have nothing. I'll never be her. Well, I'll never be some of you mom rock stars. Going through all that with Kevin, I was never able to have children. And so I watch super moms all the time. You guys are rock stars and superstars. Share that. Share that best way that you cut the crust off the sandwiches. Share all of that stuff. There's people like us that want to watch, that were interested. But guess what? If you don't show up on social media, people can never decide if they know you, like you, and trust you, because posting and praying just doesn't work. And if you're hiding behind a marketing flyer, that will never work. You all have something to offer. You all need to fail forward. Realize when you start pressing that button, it's going to be a hot mess. A lot of days it's a hot mess for me, and it's okay. No one's going to come through the phone screen and say that you're awful and you suck and you're horrible. Say, yes, I do. I fail forward and I'm amazing, and at least I'm willing to try, because when you're willing to try and you have that courage, you are inspiring someone on a daily basis, you guys. So go follow me on Instagram. Go tell me that you've watched this training so that I can kind of see what you're doing. I want to see your accounts. And you guys, just be in this 60-day sleigh every single minute of it. You have amazing leaders that are leading the way. And if you listen to what they say and take all the stuff, write it down, and put one thing into action every single day, you will be earning trips. You will be earning those paychecks. You will be having those titles, and you will change your life. Because I've made some of the best friends, and it has for me, just by posting my Hot Mess Express on social media. So I love you guys. If you have questions, comment below. I'm going to start documenting today my trip to this home decor store, but I will come back and answer all of your questions. Rachel, Wendy, Anna, I think there's a couple more in here. Thank you for asking me. I hope it's not too long-winded. And I hope I gave you guys some valuable tidbits. I love you guys, and have a great day. And I can't wait to see you on Facebook and Instagram. Have a great weekend, you guys.